All right, check out our new sponsor, Greenwood Stocks. They want you to know how to be able to trade stocks and be your own boss and be free to travel the world by making passive income. We all need that passive income from stock market. What are you waiting for? Call or text 281-760-3170. If you didn't catch that, that's on your screen. Or check them out at social media, Greenwood Stocks, and catch them at Gmail, Greenwood Stock Trading at Gmail, and the YouTube channel is Greenwood Stocks. Appreciate them for giving me the opportunity. Check them out. We out. All right, man, I meant to get to this earlier, but Usman, they called him the Nigerian NyQuil. Karim, hope I said that, Usman, blowed Gilbert Burns last night, all right? And I caught the kind of replay on YouTube, but let's talk about it. Hit that subscribe button, bell icon button, share the video. And I didn't know he went to the University of Nebraska. I'm guessing he was probably some type of wrestler or something. But yeah, he was a wrestler. But yeah, that was a good ass fight. I'm mad as hell. I kind of fell asleep last night because, oh boy, Gilbert Burns was a worthy opponent, straight up and down. Ain't no two ways around it. All right, he was a worthy opponent. And what happened early on is Usman don't pick his hands up. All right, and it ain't got nothing to do with the de-evolution, if you want to call it, of UFC striking, because it's most boxing people, and I'm a boxing guy. You're learning MMA. Oh, the UFC fighters can't strike. Shit. Last night, Burns was striking, and he was catching Usman with his hands down, okay? And, like, you check out my boy Lion Killer podcast. He talked about it this morning. You know, some combat people, boxing or UFC, whatever you want to call it, they don't pick their hands up. Never learn to pick their hands up. I can show you several champions in boxing who don't pick their hands up, and that's how Joe Frazier defeated Muhammad Ali, because his backhand came down, and Joe Frazier knew that, and Eddie Futch knew that, and in the first fight he popped up in the left hook and he kept Muhammad Ali. He caught Muhammad Ali with his hands down, his chin up, okay, and they studied that, all right, and you know, with this Burns kid, he was tagging this Ford-built tough head ass Usman, and you know, Usman is one of them dudes that, you know, whatever you bring to the table, if you're gonna be aggressive and you want a firefight, or you gonna open up where it's gonna be a great fight. We got fighters like that in boxing. If you gonna come forward and you bully Floyd Mayweather, he gonna open up. He gonna be more offensive. Usman the same way. If you gonna tag Usman and open him up, then Usman gonna open up. And Burns was tagging his ass, and Usman, to his credit, he ain't waver, he ain't shake. And even I think one time, Burns tagged his ass early in the fight, right? And somehow Burns ended up on the canvas, and he allowed Usman to get his feet, to get his head cleared. And Usman was still digging to his body while he was on his back, trying to defend himself. And then once Usman recovered, Burns missed his shots. Usman dropped him with a jab a couple times and just started catching him. All right, his hands started moving, and you know, basically Gilbert couldn't take advantage of countering or the hands being down no more, because Usman started opening it up. And that was what it was. And I watched several fights last night, and Usman was the best fight of the night. It might be one of the better fights of the night, of the year. And it's early. You know, we tend to forget about the fights in the first half of the year, especially the first quarter of the year. But Gilbert Burns, he was body. Till he got caught in round 3. He got caught a couple times leading up to that, though. And, you know, I think what also helped was, too, when he was down early in that fight, and the fight kind of ended early, but when he was down early in that fight, Usman was digging to his body. And I think that might have debilitated his movement. I don't want to even say digging to his body. That's a disservice to what he was doing. He was pounding his body, you know. And had he not pounded his body, maybe this fight would have went a little faster. But once you start killing the core, that debilitates the legs. You know, the head is the hardest thing to kill. You know, Usman digging to that body once he was hurt, you know, that wasn't a bonus. That was a critical turning point in the fight. And I think that contributed, and I might be in the minority, to, you know, Burns not being able to defend himself down the stretch to that knockout, because he couldn't move. He was getting dropped from a jab. What really contribute to that? Because the head is the last thing to go usually. I think what happened was Usman strike that body, it froze Burns, but that's my opinion. But you know, Usman the type of fighter that if you come to fight, you come to go out on your shield, you might can get Usman, but he gonna be exciting. If you come to play with it and you know just playing safety first, then Usman gonna be boring. you determine what type of fight you're going to have with Usman. But congratulations to Usman. Don't forget we on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. You can reach out if you have a business question, inquiry, sponsorship, video request. All my social media links in the description. Fastest way to reach me is Twitter, then Facebook, then Instagram. We also got a Facebook group. You want to check that out. The link's in the description. Join, I'll push you right through. Check out the MMA playlist. We kind of getting thicker and thicker on that. I want to make a financial donation. Cash App, CJ Good 313. That's in the description. PayPal link there as well too. Best way to donate. Share the video. Let me know what you think in the comment section. We gone.